Hendrie. You want to have a frosty one?
And this is Monday night. We talk a little bit about great restaurants all across the country, as a matter of fact. And we're going to start and highlight Bob Green, who is the general manager of a place called Windows on the Boulevard out in Pasadena, is on the line with us, Bob. And you guys have done some great business there in the last 6 months, haven't you?
Phil, we really have, and we're very proud of the fact that we have been able to establish a good clientele. Because, as you know, most restaurants... hello?
Yeah, I'm right here, Bob. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to say that most restaurants suffer a failure rate of probably about 90% within the first 6-7 months, and we're still going very, very strong.
Your local clientele, people from around the city, people from around the state?
All kinds of people, tourists. A lot of people come into Windows on the Boulevard. And I think it's because we've got a very relaxing atmosphere. We've got a terrific American continental menu.
I wanted to ask you about that. What is on the menu? When you say American continental, you're talking about what?
Well, when you say American continental, you're talking primarily about foods that have been Americanized to some degree. For instance, your penny pastas. A lot of the pastas are American continental. We do serve a tremendous penny pasta. We have duck. We have Chateaubriand. We're very, very proud of our Atlantic salmon. All of our seafood is delicious. A seafood platter. We have a tremendous appetizer menu. And there is a variety on our appetizer menu, from anywhere from, your chicken wings, buffalo wings, and things like that, to a tremendous bruschetta. And we are in the process right now of doing some things that we think we're going to be very, very proud of, broccoli and beef and that kind of stuff. So we try to serve all kinds of people with a great menu, and we have a great atmosphere. I know you've been over here, Phil.
I like the atmosphere there. It's like a tavern style. There's a lot of rich woods and very, very comfortable bar area.
Well, that's exactly what we try to do, is make people feel as comfortable as we possibly can. We've got a great, great dining area. As a matter of fact, we've got some tremendous private dining areas, and we can handle parties up to 50 people. I'll tell you, we had a interesting time this past weekend. We had a large party come in because it's more as popular as we get, and the more popular we get, we do get an awful lot of very large parties, celebrations, wedding anniversaries, things like that.
I was, in fact, as I mentioned on the air, I was at the big hotel this past weekend.
I know, the Ritz-Carlton, everybody's been talking about it over here.
Well, it's a great place, and they've got a nice restaurant downstairs, and they have a beautiful large dining area. They had a wedding, man. It was just unbelievable.
Well, weddings are tough to do if you're not prepared, but we handle wedding receptions here as well, and we think we got a great staff. We do a great catering service. But we, interestingly enough, Phil, had one of our rooms this weekend, and when I was talking to you about the success and failure rate of restaurants, what I meant to tell you really is there are things that will happen to you that are unexpected. And what we ask people to do is give us an idea beforehand of what they're going to expect from our restaurant and from our servers and from our staff so that we can be there for them, because there was a little bit of a snafu this weekend. We had a large group of people come in from a local Catholic church. This was a men's club. They came in with their wives. There were probably about 20 people. And probably the entire dinner tab was somewhere around the neighborhood of $200. And I saw that, and they had a good time, and they looked like they were enjoying themselves. I took a look at the dinner tab. A couple of the food servers came by and told me the large group in the back dining area basically totaled out to about, I think the dinner tab was about $210. And
so that's how many people?
That was 20 people. So that's in the neighborhood of $11 per person. And I took a look at what they were eating, and there wasn't a lot of entrees. There were some appetizers and some salads, and we've got a terrific Cobb salad that we certainly encourage people to sample. We've got a great chef salad. We have a great chopped Italian salad. But I was a little bit stunned. I kind of taken aback because the bar tab, and that, as you know, Phil, is a very, very large part, in many instances, of serving large groups of people. And
that is, in other words, that's the amount of money they spent at the bar.
That's the amount of alcohol.
The amount of alcohol. What were they drinking?
Well, there were a lot of soft drinks and water and that kind of thing. But the bar tab was non-existent. There was no bar tab. And I tell you, it stunned me a little bit. And I talked to Jim Chevley, who is also one of our managers. Now, we normally have a minimum bill, a group minimum bill that we will charge for large groups of people. We waived that because we expected a significant bar tab from these people, and we were expecting, I think, a significant bar tab. We blocked out a large group. We realized that they were coming from a Catholic church. And I really, what I said to them later on is they created an expectation that put a great deal of pressure on our staff. We waived the minimum fee, and they came in with a bill of about $200. And ordinarily on a group like that, we can make anywhere from $400 to $500 to $600 because you have a significant bar tab. And
well, how do you know? I mean, you can't really say.
Well, don't create the expectation in us. When you bring in a large group of people from a Catholic church, I think it's normal for us to expect that there's going to be a significant amount of alcohol consumed. You see,
I'm not sure I understand.
Well, what we had...
You had a group of people coming in from a Catholic men's club?
It was a large Catholic church. It was a large Catholic men's club. They were there with their wives, about 20, 25 people. We had a dinner tab of $209, but there was absolutely not one alcoholic drink consumed. And you're going to get anywhere from $2.50 to $3 to $5 for a mixed drink. Our beer is $2.50. So you can see how it... And I said later, I called up the president of the men's club and the guy who had booked the evening, and I told him, I think you owe me some remuneration on the evening. And he asked me what I was talking about. I said, well, you are members of a Catholic men's club, and I believe you created a reasonable expectation of a significant bar tab. And
I'm still not following you. Why would you be expecting a large bar tab? You had a large group of people come in to eat dinner.
That's correct.
All right, and they came in, and they had dinner. They didn't consume alcohol.
Yeah, but you don't create the expectation because we waived the minimum bill on these people. And
how are they creating the expectation?
Well, it's as I said to the other gentleman. I said he created the expectation. I said you're members of a men's Catholic club. I had a Catholic men's club. I had a reasonable expectation of a significant bar tab, and of course he's dropping in. And then he says to me, after we got through with this conversation, he says to me, "Jesus loves you." And I thought it was pretty apparent that he was trying to get me all riled up. And it's a tough thing when you're running a...
I still don't understand. He said Jesus loves you. I still don't understand.
Well, he was mocking me a little bit. And he was saying...
How is he mocking you?
It's a Catholic men's club. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
All right. These are Catholics. Catholics consume a significant amount of alcohol. I think it's pretty common knowledge. The fact that the Catholic men's club would come in and not purchase one alcoholic drink...
Well, you're saying Catholics consume...
Yeah, but I think any restaurateur, you're going to be hosting a Catholic men's club, you have a reasonable expectation that they're going to be consuming a significant amount of alcohol. These are Catholics that I think, if you're in the restaurant business, they deceived me into thinking they were drinkers.
By telling you that they were Catholic?
Well, they were. And if you say that we're a Catholic men's club, you created a reasonable expectation that...
So you're saying that, in other words, there was a reasonable expectation on your part that they would be consuming anywhere from $200 to $300 worth of booze because they're Catholic?
Well, obviously, because the Catholic... One of the things...
No, that's all I'm asking you, because they're Catholic?
One of the things that, Catholics drink. And they drink a significant amount. I'm not in your program here, Phil, to say that they're alcoholics.
No, but what you're on the program to say is that the Catholic men's club didn't purchase any booze, and because they're Catholics, you had a reasonable expectation they spent about $3 bills on booze.
That was my understanding. But the point that I'm trying to make, I'm not saying that Catholics are alcoholics. I'm saying that when you have a large group of people representing themselves as Catholics come in and book your restaurant, there's a reasonable expectation. I got on the phone with him.
I was going to ask you. You talked to him?
I talked to the gentleman who booked the reservation. We worked out something because he realized that he'd been misleading.
But the misleading part is that they simply said they were Catholics, so therefore...
therefore you're expecting they're going to drink a considerable amount of alcohol. And I explained this to him. I said to him simply, you realize, you told me you're Catholics. He said, yes, we are. I said, you can realize then that certainly I would expect that you would drink, quite a bit of booze. I was very clear with him, and he said, I understand that. And he said something that irritated me at the end. I told you, he said, Jesus loves you. And I said, let's leave that out of this, and let's talk turkey. And
so he agreed to pay you what?
He agreed to remunerate us to $300 because that's what an average. You would figure a group of Catholics would drink 25 Catholics by about $300 worth of booze.
All right. I don't know if there are any other restaurant owners out there that have had this experience, but it's very unusual. Here is Miami on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
May I speak to that gentleman?
Yes, ma'am, I'm right here.
Yes, I'm Catholic, and I don't know, but you say you're not implying that we're alcoholics, but I mean,
of course
that's
not.
the implication you're giving. Because what are you? Just because we're Catholics, you expect us to what? To drink more than maybe Jewish people or born again Christians or something?
No, I think there is an expectation culturally that Catholics do tend to. I didn't say you're alcoholics. I didn't say that you're alcoholic. I said there is an expectation in my business.
Who is the expectation from? I just don't understand.
I can tell you, I've been a restaurateur for 25 years. I know that when we get a group of these Catholic groups from the local Catholic churches, they tend to drink a considerable amount of alcohol. I suppose you think we go around feeling
guilty too.
I don't know anything about
and reading praying the rosary every 5 minutes.
I don't know anything about your religion. I only know that Catholics they like to drink.
Yes.
And they do tend to drink a lot.
Oh,
therefore, well, are you telling me I'm wrong?
Of course you're wrong.
Well,
not only am
let me tell you something. I've been to these church bazaars and things that they've had.
Let me tell you something.
And they've had these church bazaars and they have these fiestas where they serve beer at a church bazaar. And I've never been to a church function of any kind that serves alcohol unless it's a Catholic church.
Well, then
what is the?
Oh, please!
What's the expectation of? Well, actually, I know what he's saying is true. I've been to a couple of church bazaars myself where
they serve beer at them, don't they?
They do, but I mean, you know, when we had a priest come over to our house when I was a kid. My father would give him a bottle of whiskey as a, as a gift.
Listen to me. Because we are sociable people, and I happen to be not only Catholic, but I happen to be of Italian descent. And because we are sociable people, does that mean that we go around drinking beer and getting drunk and expecting everybody to think that we run a tab?
I didn't say get drunk. I said you people like to put it away. And
put it away.
Expectation. Well, you said
what religion are you?
You said you're Italian, right?
And what religion are you? I didn't.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about me getting stiffed.
What religion?
We're not talking about my religion. We're talking about me getting stiffed by a group of Catholics who came into my place of business, and there was a reasonable expectation.
Oh, please. And then you go around mocking that someone said God loves you. First of all,
let me tell you something.
The only ones that say God loves you are born again Christians.
All right. Well, this guy said Jesus loves you, and I said to him that doesn't
pay the bill. Jesus loves you.
Okay.
Because we don't go around saying that. We feel it in our hearts. We don't have to go around like
these born again Christians do.
God loves you, and then they have all these decals in their cars, and then they're just fanatical idiots.
Well, are you saying you don't drink wine? Is that it?
I drink a little wine now and then.
I drink a little wine now and again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but I mean a little wine is.
Well, what were you? I want to ask this question. Were you expecting?
You know, that doesn't mean that we're expected to run up a tab, like you said, or that we stiff you because we're Catholics. Let me ask you a question. What kind of wine do you like? Do you like a Chianti? Do you like a Cabernet? I like a Cabernet Sauvignon.
All right. So now you're talking about a good bottle of Cabernet. You know as well as I do, about $50. You buy 2-3 bottles of wine. Now you're up around $150. You've spread that out around 25 people. That's a $300. That's a $300 bar tab.
I don't know what restaurants you've been running, but obviously not.
I want to know. You say that Catholics drink.
You are an absurd man.
Tell me the Catholics don't like
gibberish.
Is that right?
I cannot believe what I'm hearing.
You just said to me you know for a fact that Catholics drink. You drink wine yourself.
I bet you drink wine yourself too.
I'm not going to argue the point with you. Catholics put it away, and the point.
Put it away. Oh my Lord, put it away.
Are you telling me they don't?
Let me tell you, they should put it away.
They're telling me they don't?
What?
You're telling me the Catholics don't drink?
Well, how much do you think they drink?
Something about Catholic people.
They suck that stuff down. Are you telling me they don't have alcoholic priests?
What?
You telling me they don't have alcoholic priests?
Of course they don't have alcoholic priests.
I happen to know they got a whole floor at Bethesda Naval Hospital.
Oh, my Lord. Where are you getting your information from? Are you demented?
Call AA.
You're a demented person, let me tell you that.
Wait a second. Now you're saying they are drunks.
I'm saying Catholics
He is saying that they're drunks, and first now he's going to say they're
Catholics like to suck it down. That's all I'm saying. And when you come into my restaurant with a group of Catholics,
let me tell you, I won't come into your restaurant.
Brother, you better pay up front, okay?
Let me tell you something.
So where do you drink?
What?
Where do you do your drinking?
Well, occasionally, you know, when we get together with friends or
get together with friends.
I mean, it's a little cup of wine. It's not like what you're saying.
Yeah, what time do you knock off usually? 3 o'clock in the morning? I'm talking about.
Let me tell you.
Wait a second, man. The whole idea of this is to find out why it is you guys.
I'm not demented. She's absurd. I don't know what religion.
She's a juice hound, and I'm not saying you guys are a juice hound or anything, but I'm saying that when you start reacting that way, maybe you are. I don't know.
So you've had a bunch of Catholics in your restaurant over the years.
And they put it away, yeah. And
well, what about this group that didn't spend any money?
The fact of the matter is they were drinking. They brought in their own stuff, which was unbeknownst to me. And the fact is that, of course, is a violation of state law, for starters. The other thing is, though, and I told him, and the guy was very, very much ashamed of that, and he did agree to pay us another $300 for the bar tab.
So they were drinking, but they weren't drinking your stuff. They were drinking their own?
They had brought their own stuff in, yeah.
San Antonio on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Yes, well, first I'd like to find out what restaurant this man manages.
It's called Windows in the World in Pasadena, California.
Okay, well, if you're having a problem with your business for your restaurant, it would probably be because if you're putting yourself across through your business the same way you're putting yourself across on the radio, then you manage it very poorly. Because you come back to the people that are listening on this radio with a prejudiced background.
Wait a second, I'm not prejudiced, sir. I said I had an...
Well, you know what, let me tell you
I had a bunch of Catholics...
I'm riding with two other people in a vehicle, all from different religions. See, I happen to be Catholic, but there's two other people that are not Catholic in the vehicle. And everybody here is kind of on the unanimous decision that we feel you're prejudiced. I mean, how can you judge a person's religion onto their bar tab? I don't know what religion you are because you don't want to disclose about your personal life.
Why do you think Catholics...
You want to ask the lady that was Italian descent what her personal life is.
It's got nothing to do with it. It's got nothing to do with my business. It's got to do with my business.
There's people within your religion, within my religion, within other people's religion that do not drink. Just like there are people within your religion that drink and mine that drink and every other religion that drink.
Muslims don't drink.
And for you to make an assumption, what you should have done is
Muslim people don't drink.
This amount of tables.
All right, hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. Sir, hold on for a minute. He made a point. Muslims don't drink. Is that what you said?
That's right. Muslims don't drink, okay? So there's number one. Number two, Catholics... Muslims don't drink.
Don't drink.
Okay? Catholics make up for whatever the Muslims don't drink. Okay?
Okay, well, that's very good that Muslims don't drink. But
are you... Let me ask the gentleman in San Antonio, are you familiar with the Muslim religion?
Am I?
Yeah. Yeah.
I am not familiar with it.
They have a prohibition against drinking.
Which is something the Catholics don't have. You can drink as much as you want if you're a Catholic. I don't know what you're taking personal offense at.
What am I taking personal offense at? Actually, you know what? I don't take it personally because I wasn't in your restaurant. If I was there at your restaurant and you expressed these kind of feelings towards me or called me back later on the phone after you waved your fee, you took the chance by waving your fee. They didn't take.
I didn't have any idea I'd get a group of Catholics who are going to stiff me.
They did not stiff you because they did not go out and drink to an excess or even drink.
You get 25 Catholics in a restaurant, you're telling me they're not going to put it away? Come on.
Put it away. What derogatory statement is that?
I beg your pardon?
Do you not feel that is derogatory? Put it away.
It may be derogatory.
You know what? I manage a club
let's talk
that is in the top 5 of liquor sales in the city that I live in.
Is it true?
Austin, Texas.
Is it true?
And actually, you know what? It's a gentleman's club. And I don't use the derogatory statements that you use.
A Catholic gentleman's club? Look.
No, it's not a gentleman's club for Catholics.
Well, you know, you're coming right up to Mr. Green, you're walking right up to the edge of...
It's a dance club.
Mr. Green, you're walking right up to the edge of calling them alcoholics.
I'm not walking up to the edge of calling Catholics alcoholics.
I didn't say you called them alcoholics. You're trying to say that as a defense. You're saying, hey, look, I'm not calling you alcoholics, but you can really put it away because you're Catholic.
I'm paying you a
compliment. That makes a lot of sense.
I'm paying you a compliment.
That's a compliment?
Yeah.
From what background? Who has called and told you, hey, you know what? You're doing wonders for the Catholic religion.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of these Catholics that know how to sock that stuff back. Why would you be offended by that?
What do you mean, sock it back?
Everybody knows Catholics know how to swell it down. I'm not talking about...
Derogatory.
Well,
you're not calling them alcoholic, but you say everybody knows that Catholics can swell it down.
Then why did the guy offer to pay me $300? He knew that he'd been dishonest with me. You
not that he's being dishonest with you. If he offers to give you some more money, maybe because, you know what, he wants to appease your ignorance.
You get a bunch of Catholics at a restaurant, my friend, and if they're not socking about 3 bills down in booze, there's something wrong somewhere.
Something wrong? Oh, so Catholics are expected to drink. Catholics are expected to come in and sock it down. That's the point.
Because they do.
Right?
Because they do, and they didn't do it.
And again, what religion were you? Oh, but you don't want to dispose that, right?
Well,
you don't want to tell us what religion you are.
It's not about
because we're not expected to make judgments upon you, right?
Well, why would you do that? You're not
because that's what you're doing against others.
Oh, so
hey,
I see.
Hey, You know, if we're going to...
So we're on the schoolyard now. You did it, so I will. Is that it? Is that the kind of mature guy that you
don't want to tell your religion.
That's the kind of
you do not want to tell your religion, but you want to judge other people's religion.
Sir, I'm not judging your religion.
Lock it down.
I'm just saying that I...
Put it away.
Look, I've had Catholics in my restaurants down through the years.
Goddamn Catholics?
They can suck that stuff down.
The goddamn Catholics? Is that what you
had
said?
a bunch of Catholics. What did you just say? Goddamn?
Oh, maybe you don't have religion. I don't know.
Well, maybe not, but I've had Catholics in my bar room, and I've drunk that joint dry, and I'm paying you a compliment.
You make yourself look really bad.
I'm paying you a compliment, okay?
And I heard
you're paying him a compliment.
I'm paying this guy a compliment.
I'd probably tell you to relocate.
And he doesn't know how to take a compliment. I don't know what his problem is.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like compliment. Goddamn Catholics. Sounds like a compliment to me.
He didn't say that, sir. You misheard him. But he did say you guys can suck it down.
I did say that, yeah. And that's a compliment.
Is that a compliment?
Yes,
Let me ask you, you're the host. Does it sound like a compliment to you?
No, it does not sound like a compliment to me.
No,
why does that sound like a compliment
to the two ladies there in the car?
Because it sounds like you're calling them a bunch of borderline alcoholics.
I'm paying them a compliment. You walk into a bar room with a bunch of Catholics, you know they're going to hold their juice. You can hold your juice, can't you?
What race are Catholics?
What race?
Yeah, what race are Catholics?
Well, a lot of them are Mexican.
Oh, they're Mexican.
Aren't they?
Well, I'm white. Well, I'm Catholic.
Ain't you Mexican?
And let me tell you something. I don't drink at all.
You're in San Antonio, right?
Yeah, I'm in San Antonio, and you can be white in San Antonio.
And you're telling me you're not Mexican.
And you can be Catholic in San Antonio. And I don't drink.
You're in Texas, and you're telling me you're not a Mexican. I find that very hard to believe.
Well, my last name is Wells.
I find it very hard to believe if you don't drink. So what can I tell you?
All right, well, he wasn't in your restaurant, so...
That's exactly right, Phil. He wasn't in my restaurant, so he doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know his ass from Shinola. And the other thing is, a lot of these Catholics would take that as a compliment. Yes, I said that. A compliment that they...
know how to suck it down.
Yeah.
Anaheim, hi, you're on the Phil Hendrie Show.
You're full of crap. You don't even know what you're talking about.
I own a restaurant.
You sound like you drunk yourself.
I own a restaurant, and I've seen a lot of Catholics...
You know what you can do with that restaurant, don't you? Shove it up your behind.
You a Catholic?
I certainly am.
No, you sound Jewish.
Do I?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to tell you what you sound like.
What do I sound like?
You know what you sound like.
No, I don't. An intelligent guy?
What?
A brilliant man?
Brilliant?
Yes.
Don't make me laugh. Brilliant.
Come on, I'm a brilliant man. Come on, laugh.
You sound like some moron. That's what you sound like.
I'm talking about, you've known these Catholics for years, haven't you, Grandma? They love to take a taste. What's wrong with that?
So what harm is that?
There's no harm in it.
There's no harm in taking a drink. You must be one. You know what you are? You're one of these sneaky drinkers. You sneak in the closet and drinking. Don't let anybody know that you're drinking.
Well, why should I let people know I'm drinking?
There's no harm.
Well, what do you do? Do you sneak a drink? You sneak a drink?
Yeah, occasionally I do.
Of course
you do?
You're nothing but a sneak. That's why you're criticizing everybody else.
Well, as opposed to you drinking out of a bag.
What?
Do you drink out of a bag?
No, but you do. You sound like you do anyway.
Wait a second. What's wrong with saying that Catholics can take a taste, they can put it away with the best of them? That's a compliment, ain't it, Grandma?
What do you mean, Grandma?
I'm calling you.
What are you, Grandpa?
Well, who are you, Pamela Anderson? I'm talking to. I'm full of crap. I'm saying that Catholics know how to pop it down. Do you like that red eye? You like that red eye?
Listen, in every religion, there are certain people that know how to put it down.
Sure they do, of course.
So then what are you saying Catholics for?
Well, because the Catholics, man, they run up a bar tab like you wouldn't believe. Katie bar the door and that stuff. They come in, they start socking back that imported stuff, too. That's what I like about them. Now, how about you?
Well, you ought to be glad you're making money on the Catholics.
Absolutely, but what happened...
Then what are you complaining about?
What happened to me the other night is the Catholics stiffed me. They didn't drink.
Oh.
See what I'm saying? There you go. Now you understand. No, I'm not. They stiffed me out to $300 a bar tab.
They what?
They stiffed me about $300 a bar tab. Now, take a nice lady like you. What do you put away? About a bottle of port a day?
No, I put up about 5 bottles a day.
5 bottles of port a day?
Yeah, are you satisfied?
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, look, and I know you think that I'm being a smart ass. I'm simply
You are being a smart ass.
What are you talking about? Hey, I've been to one of these Catholic deals.
Yeah.
Does the priest drink at it or does he not?
The priest takes a drink. There's no harm in that.
What are you talking about? At the Mass?
At the Mass. Doesn't he take a little...
Of course he takes
That's the whole thing. It's the wine.
Yeah.
So the priest is sucking down the wine in the Mass, right?
So what?
Exactly.
There's no sin to that.
So you go through... So if the priest says about 6 Masses a day, he's on his ass by about 5 o'clock, isn't he?
Maybe he is.
There you go. What's wrong with that?
Well, then what are you saying?
The only thing I'm saying is these Catholics the other night stiffed me out.
What'd they do?
They didn't pay the $300 bar. They didn't drink.
Why didn't you get...
Like most Catholics should.
Why?
Hey, you know, you should call
Why
these
didn't you
people.
get them locked up?
I'm going to give you a phone number of a guy. I want you to call this guy and tell him to start, come on down to Windows on the Boulevard restaurant, and we'll give you a big bottle of whiskey.
Yes.
Sit around the table. You know the old joke where you see 4 Catholics, you find a 5th, right? So what we try to do is...
Listen, what religion are you?
What religion am I?
Yeah, Jewish.
Oh, anti-Jew, huh?
Yeah.
You hate Jews?
No. Listen, to me, I don't care what a person's religion is as long as they're okay.
You're Catholic, right?
I'm Catholic, yes.
You must hate Jews.
Well, what is that supposed to mean?
No.
All
If they
Catholics
hate
hate
Jews,
Jews.
then they're not the right kind of a person.
Most Catholics hate Jews, don't they?
I don't care.
I don't know about that.
What
Sure they
religion
do.
a person is as long as they were all right.
I read
As long
about
as they
that-
treat me all right, I don't care what their
I
religion
read about
is.
that Pope Pius XII. He hated all them Jews, didn't he?
What are you talking about, man?
Huh? Well, maybe I'm reading the wrong book, but that Pope Pius, he hated Jews, didn't he?
I don't know who you're talking
What
about.
do you do? Read
He's
the
that
Bible
greatest
first and then come on the phone and have all the answers and everything?
Hey, can I ask you a question? You got Maude on in the background or something? I'm hearing like a TV show like
Oh, you're
Maude
full
or...
of crap. I got you on.
What is that, Golden
on the
Girls or
radio.
something? I'm hearing something in the background. It's driving me out of my freaking
It's
mind
you.
over here. Well, will you turn it down for crying out loud? You're driving me out of my gourd. What is that, the replay from Santa Anita?
No, not from Santa Anita, from your place.
Put the muscatel away. Turn down Maude. You're killing me, Grandma.
All right, okay, thank you very much. And that crack about it, don't Catholics hate Jews?
What is she watching, Murder, She Wrote?
That crack about Catholics hating Jews, okay?
Look, that's what I heard, all right?
About the same truth to it as Catholics put it away. Although we did have a priest when I was a kid who used to come around.
Oh, came around, huh?
No, on Christmas, my father would, give away a bottle.
Give away a bottle.
Well, what are you reading into that, huh? That the guy was living out of a shopping cart?
Come around, give away a bottle. Sounds like some guy is looking around for a free handout to me. But what do I know? I'm just a guy that got stiffed the other night for $3 bills.
Catholics drink a lot, correct?
Phil, I've gotten in a lot of trouble on your show tonight.
Catholics booze it up a lot, right?
Catholics can pack it away, right. And let me just say this. If you're Catholic and you're planning on reserving a number of tables or seats at a restaurant, you might have the common decency, all right, to go ahead and drink. Otherwise, the restaurant is going to be out an awful lot of money.
The common decency to
go ahead and do what you do.
So just be Catholic, huh? Go ahead and pack it away.
Well, I guess you'd understand what I'm saying.
Well, apparently I don't. Here's Portland on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
I guess I have a couple of basic questions. Sort of the expectations of other groups, which he hasn't touched on. Say it's a group of Shriners or a Protestant men's group.
Shriners drink a lot.
Say it's a Protestant men's group.
No, those guys don't drink. See, a lot of those Protestants, they don't drink because they believe it's the devil or whatever the hell that is. I don't know. I'm not a specialist on religion, ma'am. I'm just saying Catholics tend to really belly up. You walk into a bar room at our restaurant, you see a lot of Catholics bellying up. That's all I'm saying.
So if you get a group,
belly up.
if you get a group of Protestants in there, do you feel because they don't drink you're losing money and you won't reserve them a room to have an event there?
They're not going to come in and drink. See what I'm saying?
Exactly. They
Well,
won't
when the
come in and
Catholics
drink.
come in, those guys drink.
Yeah,
Let me ask you something. Are you Catholic?
Yeah, raised a Catholic,
Do you
14
drink?
years sober.
Do you drink?
No, not at all. 14 years sober.
Oh, you used to drink.
And most of the Catholics I hang around with.
No, wait. You used to drink, right?
Oh, at one time, yes.
14 years sober. Why'd you quit?
Had enough of it. Didn't work anymore.
Oh,
But I guess
alcoholic. Here we go. An alcoholic. Isn't that right?
She didn't say that.
So what's this 14-year sober stuff?
I haven't touched a drink in 14 years. My question is,
Look at, ma'am, I'm very, very
question
proud of
is-
you for staying away from the booze for 14 years, but I don't think you're a very good advertisement for Catholics. There you are hopping that juice, and you've been sober for 14. What are you, one day at a time deal?
What is that supposed to mean?
Seriously, my question is, you have a group of Protestants come in your restaurant. What, do you charge them more for food to make up for the money you don't make on booze?
What you used to drink?
That's irrelevant. I drink everything.
What, like moonshine, shoe polish, what?
Oh yeah, shoe polish, one of my favorites.
You get that
On the
Sterno
rocks,
stuff?
but
Like that Sterno?
No, never did that.
But you were
my
drinking
question
regular
is,
booze, right?
how do you feel if a group of Protestants reserves your restaurant? Do you feel that you get stiffed because they don't drink?
I bet you like that vodka, didn't you?
Why don't you answer the lady's question?
I'm just curious.
I have a straightforward question.
You ever seen that ad, Kessler's Smooth as Silk?
Hey, I'll make you a deal. I'll make you a deal. I'll
Look,
answer your question. Yes,
the lady is
vodka, rum, tequila, whiskey. I drank just about everything in the book.
You ever have a tequila sunrise?
Oh, yeah. Enjoyed it when I drank.
God damn.
Okay, now will you please answer my question?
Yes, I will, but one more. Do you ever have that Boone's Farm? Because that came at about $1.50.
All right, answer her question, okay?
All right, you're missing out.
What's your question, ma'am?
My question is, so if he gets a group of Protestants, which he stated do not drink, does he feel he's getting stiffed if he books a group of them in there? Does he, charge more for the food to make up for this money he's getting stiffed on?
No, we don't book
particular group doesn't drink.
No, we don't book Protestants because they're real boring. They don't drink. But Catholics, yeah.
You don't book in Protestants.
No, they're a bunch of boys. Who are they going to stuff down any hooch? The Catholics, those guys are good for $3 bills.
I get no kick from something